Hi guys, welcome back to post GPT 14 on my favorite deck, the Nubatama ShiHai deck. So this is the reason why I call my channel VG ShiHai, because obviously Nubatama is my main deck and I always love to play it because it's just so fun. Domination. So today I'm going to run through what do I play my deck, and then maybe you guys can give you guys some inspiration on to build it after GPT 14 hits. So yeah, let's go. Here we go. So first off, we have the starter, Stealth Dragon Madoid. Ideally, you want to play at least one, of course, but I play two in my deck. Skill is GB1. When dominated unit attacks, put this into your soul, draw a card, and choose one or choose any fighter units and plus 3k to it. So it's really good because it gives you the draw power and plus 3k to any unit. Moving on, we run the 3 stand triggers. The 3 stand triggers are most important because GB1, when this is placed on rearguard, if you have less hand than your opponent, draw a card, put this on the top of your deck, and choose one of your units plus 3k. So some of you might be thinking, why do I run 3 stand triggers and why not 4? Because for my trigger lineup, I run 3 stands, 3 draws, 6 crits, and 4 heals. So that's the total. So we run 3 stands, and it's a recycling stand because your rear guards are very powerful. I'll get to why your rear guards are going to be very powerful later and how it synergizes with your stands. Moving on, we have the 3 draw triggers. Standard, soul in plus 3k. Moved into this card into your soul plus 3k to any fighter card. So it's really good if you're trying to Mujin Lock. Moving on, we have obviously the 6 crits. So the 6 crits is very standard. I play 3 of the counter charging crits because this deck is quite counter charge heavy. So the act for this is just very easy, just put into your soul and counter charge 1. And then 3 of the standard stand triggers, which is when your Vanguard attacks, put this into your soul, plus 5k to your Vanguard and draw 1. Total 6 crits. And last but not least, we play 4 heals. The 4 heals are very important that you play this girl, Stealth Friend Sasahime, if I'm not wrong. The skill is when this card is discarded to call this G card, you may discard a grade 1 card from your hand and draw a card. So it's really good. Ideally, you want to play 4. Moving on, we have the grade 1s, which is very standard, 4 perfect guards. You want this perfect guard especially because first skill is Sentinel. Obviously, when placed on G card, your Vanguard cannot be hit, so it's okay. It's really good. Second skill is the most important. So if you have 2 of these Kanzens in the drop zone, and then when it's your turn and dominated unit attacks and hits the opponent Vanguard, you may pay the cost, which is have 2 of these in the drop zone at least. You will put 1 of these Kanzens at the bottom of your deck and then bounce the other one from your drop zone back into your hand. So it's like you can just keep recycling your Kanzens, which is really good. So ideally you want to play 4. Moving on, we have the grade 1's Strike Fortress. This cute doge over here. So skill is when placed on rear guard, you reveal grade 3 and search up your deck for Shiranui in its card name. A grade 3 Shiranui in its card name. So it's a really good filter for your deck, especially when your deck revolves around Shiranui, getting your Shiranui grade 3 Vanguard. And the second skill is very easy, just basically when this card is used to pay up for a strike, it just creates +2. Moving on, we have 2 of this cute panda. So the cute panda is very simple. When placed on Vanguard or Rearguard, you bind either up to 2 cards at the top of your deck into a bind zone, bind them face down, and then GB1 skill 1 per turn. When dominated unit attacks, you may choose a card from the bind zone, put it into your soul. If you do, this unit plus 5k, so it's actually a 13k booster. Very strong. You ideally want to at least play 2. And I just noticed there's a slight bend in my sleeves right here. That's not good. Anyways, yeah, it's really good. Followed by 2 Stealth Dragon Madoid. Not Madoid, Seizui, I think. Yeah. Anyways, GB1. When dominated unit attacks, plus 3k to this unit. So every time a dominated unit attacks, you plus 3k. So it's a really good booster. Especially when you're trying to Mujin Lot. This can power up by a lot. So because for each dominated unit attacks plus 3k. So ideally you want to at least play 2. Following, we have 1 of this Stealth Dragon Tenrei. Skill is GB1. When this is placed on rearguard circle. Your Vanguard gains the names, clan, nation of the whole Vanguard. Basically, every clan, nation, and name in name. So this skill, right, is basically used when you want to, activate the ability when you dominate your opponent's rearguards. And your opponent's rearguard say you must have, let's just say, Lua in name, or I don't know, Chronojet G name or something like that. So it's really good. Second skill is one reason why you play this card too, because when this card attack hits or boosts, you may put this card into your soul, and when you put this into your soul, your opponent will be forced to discard one card from your hand. So it's a good pressure card. Ideally, you want to play at least one. Yeah, which I do. Some people play 2, or some people even play 4, but I don't think it's that important, so I only play 1. And last but not least, for the great ones, we have 2 of this counter charging power. Forgot the name already, but basically Tengai, I think. Yeah, Stealth Dragon Tengai. When placed on rearguard, and then at the end of your turn, when the dominated unit attacks, you may put this into your soul, and then soul charge 1. So it's basically a counter charge 1, sorry. You may soul charge at the end when dominating attacks, and move it into your soul from a rearguard circle, and then you counter charge 1. So it's basically a counter charger. Ideally, you want to play at least 2. Moving on, we have Stealth Dragon Genkai. So ideally, you want to play at least 2. I play 3. Some people play 4. The cost is quite steep just to draw 1 card and plus 2k, but obviously this is our main drawing power. Placed on rearguard, GB1 skill, count +1, so +1. You may, when dominated unit attacks, you may play the cost of this and then draw a card and plus 2k to this unit, so it will become 11k and gives you a free draw. Moving on, we have Stealth Dragon Furai, the main staple in every domination deck, obviously. Turn 1, once per turn, sorry, GB1. So +1, you may choose a card from your opponent's drop zone and call it to open rearguard circle. Take note that it's open rearguard circle. And then the other skill is when any unit attacks, no matter whether it's the opponent's, when you dominate opponent's units and it attacks, or whether your units attack, it gains plus 2k. So it's a good finisher in combination with this card. It's a great one card to finish off the opponent, because whenever anyone attacks, it plus 2k. And then this one is every dominated unit attacks plus 3k. So this is a very good combination in with Mujin Lord, these two. Ideally, you want to play 4 Furai, so yes, obviously I do. Moving on, we have 4 of this bear, Tamahaga Nemetsu. It synergizes well with the great one that I showed you, the other great one bear, this great one bear. Oops, wrong one. This great one bear. Skill is when this is placed on Vanguard or rearguard circle, you may bind the top card of your deck. And then once per turn, Generation Break 1, when dominated units attacks, you can combo +1, choose a bind card from the bind zone, add it to your hand, and this unit plus 10k. So as I said, it synergizes well because this binds 2 cards and this binds 1. So in total you bind 3 already. So you can select from your bind zone which card do you want to add to your hand using this skill. So you play 4. Some people play 2 or 3, but I play 4 because this is one of your main drawing power from your bind zone 2. Last but not least, we have the Great 3. So Great 3s, obviously you want to play 4 of the Shiranui Oboro. I have one SP, it looks really cool right here. The special print. Skill is Vanguard Circle during your right phase. You may choose one of your opponent's rearguards from the drop zone and call it to rearguard circle. Take note that this is not open rearguard circle, it's just a rearguard circle. So your opponent can call units from you. Let's just say you want to call unit from their drop zone. They may choose to call over their existing rearguards already, just to not let you have the Mujin Lord to dominate more units. But don't worry, obviously, as I just said, you have a Furai to help you call units back from the drop zone to the enemy's rearguard circle, because it says open rearguard circle for Furai, but for Shiranui Oboro is not. So ideally you want to play 4. And then we followed by, last but not least, this samurai looking guy. I play 2 because I don't understand why some people don't play this guy at all, because it's really strong. They play the old Shiranui, but I rather play this guy because it's so strong. The skill is Vanguard or rearguard circle. When this is placed, you GB1 once per turn. You may rest one of your units. So ideally you want to rest a crit, or you know the crits to soul in, or basically just rest one of your rearguards. choose one of your opponents choose one of the units and plus 3k to the power, to their power, and then if they do, you plus 10k to this unit. This is a 21k rearguard whacking the enemy's face. If the enemy face is a grade 3, obviously it's 11k. Your 21k it has to guard 15 because it is a magic number. So this rearguard is super strong. And this is why I say we play 3 stands. Because let's just say you whack with this rearguard first, it's 21k, the opponent guards 15. Then you whack your Vanguard, opponent let's just say perfect guards it. You triple drive, let's just say you get a crit, you pump all to this. Then you get another, let's just say another draw, you pump all to this. So basically this is 31k. And then you get stand trigger, it's a 36k standing and whacking your opponent again. So it's so strong. So ideally you want to play at least 1. But I play 2, so total I play actually 6 grade 3s. And this is why if you get this as your starting hand, so you don't really have to worry because you can search up the Shiranui using this cute dodge. So yeah, very easy. This is the main deck. Now we move on to the strides. So the strides is very simple, very standard for Shiranui or Shiranui deck Domination. First we have this cute girl. As I said, the heal triggers text with this. Basically the skill is GB1. When this is placed on Guardian Circle, you may choose one of your G-Guards and flip it up so it gets your GB8 faster too. So when this is placed on Guardian Circle, your opponent may choose to discard a card. If they do not discard a card, this unit plus 20k shield. So it's a really good pressure card, because you force your opponent to discard one in order for you to not get that 20k shield. But other than that, it's a really good G-Guard because it forces and pressures your opponent. So you play 1 or at least 1. Moving on, we have Stealth Friend Abu Tenshi, if I'm not wrong. Or Stealth, something Hermit Abu Tenshi, basically. Standard G-Guard, if your opponent has 6 or less hand, when this is placed on Guardian Circle, it's plus 5k shield, so it's a 20k shield. You play 2. And then we have this Stealth Dragon Gecko Haran, if I'm not wrong. Gecko Homar Harokan, whatever. Basically, this G-Guardian is strong because it dominates one of your opponent's back row. Grade 1 back row rear guards, and then move it to Guardian Circle as yours. So it's actually essentially a 20k shield too. Count +1, so +1. And this unit is placed on Guardian Circle. You choose one of your opponent's back row. Must be back row, and only grade 1s, cannot be grade 0s. Must be grade 1 and must be at back row. And then you dominate it and move it to Guardian Circle, and it's regarded as your guardian for this battle. So it's really good. Play at least 1, or in this case I play 2, so total 5 G-Guards. Followed by Shiranui Mukuro, Evil Eyes Hades Emperor. Yeah, Shiranui Mukuro. Basically this is the dominate your Vanguard, the opponent's Vanguard, for board clear. So GB2, so +2, choose a card from your hand, discard it. Dominate your opponent's Vanguard, stand it, and it attacks all their rearguards, and basically it's a board clear, and then you get to twin drive from this. So it's really good. It gets your hand size up if you are in need of hand size. At the same time, your opponent cannot guard for any of the rearguards, if I'm not wrong, because when you dominate a Vanguard, they are considered not to have any Vanguard at all. So they cannot G-Guard, they cannot guard at all. So all their rearguards is to be retired by this attack. Following this, we have Stealth Dragon, Tsukumurakan, if I'm not wrong. Basically, this is your go-to finisher. It's very strong, GB2, count +2. It's getting reprint in GPT 14 by the way, so I'm very excited for that. Count +2, the skill is when this is placed on Vanguard Circle, you may play a cost count +2. Your opponents binds all their cards in their hand except for 4. So for that turn, if they have 5 damage, they only can have 4 cards to guard for their attack. If not, they'll die. So basically, it forces your opponent to have only 4 cards. It doesn't matter whether your opponent has 15, 20 cards. Even their whole deck of what, let's just say they have 40 cards in their hand or whatever for some reason. You straight into this, count +2, they will only have 4 cards in their hand. The rest they bind face up at the end of the turn, or the cards that's binded return to your hand. So basically this is your go-to finisher. It's very, very strong. And in addition, it's such a cool art, especially when it's getting reprinted in GPT 14. So I'm very excited. So you play one of these, and obviously one of the GB8s is very strong. GB8 skill, when your opponent places a Guardian on the Guardian Circle, you may count +1 or so +1, and then the opponent will be forced to discard 2 cards. So for every card they place on the Guardian Circle, they have to discard 2, which is really, really strong. It forces their hand size down a lot if you strike into GB8. Especially, let's just say, if they uses a perfect guard or Kanzen. When the Kanzen is placed on rear guard circle, they have to discard 2 first and then discard an extra 1 because of the Kanzen skill. So in total they discard 3 just to Kanzen. So it's a really strong finisher. Followed by the standard Mujin Lot, 4 Mujin Lots. Very standard in the Shiranui Oboro deck, Dominate. Once per turn skill, count +1. For each face sub card in your G zone, you choose one of the opponent's rear guards and dominate it, plus 4k. And then this 4k, right, I just realized, right, is not, I made a mistake, it's actually not just for their rear guards. You plus 4k to one of the rear guards, is choose any fighter's rear guards and plus 4k to it. So including yours, if you have a rear guard. So let's just say the opponent has 5 rear guards in their zone. And then you strike into, Mujin Lot. If you have, let's just say, 6 face-up cards for some reason, you may choose 5 of the rear guards, the opponent rear guards, and dominate it plus 4k, and then choose another one because 5 plus 1 is 6. Since you have 6 face-up cards, you may choose one of your own rear guards and plus 4k. Take note there's only rear guards, you cannot choose your Vanguard. And then you dominate them and they each attack the Vanguard 1 by 1. So it's a really good finisher. Ideally, you want to finish them off with Mujin Lot, or else you can use GB8 or this Tsukumarakan Dragon. Moving on, last but not least, we have your first strike. It's very standard. Master Dragon, Magan Tembu. Once per turn skill, count +1. You may dominate one of your opponent's rear guard and plus 3k to that rear guard for that attack for each face-up card that you have. So let's just say 3 face-up card, you plus 9k, you have 4 plus 12k. And then it attacks the enemy's Vanguard for that battle. So this is the first strike. Alright guys, that's about it. I think some other things I maybe want to add that I missed out in the video might be that Shiranui Mukuro, take note that you can't dominate a Vanguard that have a lot in name, so you must take note of that. And then, if I'm not wrong, I didn't explain, I missed out on Shiranui Oboro skill, the second one. When your 3 unit strike, you may stand one of your opponent's rear guards and plus 4k for that battle until end of turn. Plus 4k to that unit until end of turn, and it attacks your opponent's other units. So I missed out on that one. But other than that, I think that's all guys. Thank you very much for watching my VG ShiHai deck. And I hope to see you next time. Hopefully the GBT14 that Bushiroad is releasing will be sufficient to bring this deck at least to tier 1.5, because currently I believe it's at tier 2 because no one really plays it. Due to, like, you know, in the current meta we have Tavas at tier 1, we have Overlord at tier 0, and then we have Gearcron, obviously, also a tier 1 deck. And then what else we have? Also CBD also dominating tier 1. So yeah, thank you very much guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Any questions, leave them in the comment section below and I'll try my best to answer all of them. But until next time, this is VG ShiHai and I am out. Peace.